It used to be months, and it used to be days, it used to be weeks, and now we are just counting a number of seconds because we are here for the big signing, the big event. That is Gina Mariama Bittaye, Gambia's Queen of the Track, is going into partnership with Qcell, the most innovative GSM company in the country. And that signing ceremony is just few minutes, few seconds away from happening here at the Qcell building. I am Umudu Gajaga. Welcome to this special broadcast as we bring you all the latest about that signing ceremony. Everything is set, and right now Ibrahim Bittaye is with the Scorpions fans club and some members who came here for this big occasion, and he can get us the ambience and describe for us what is happening. Ibrahim Bittaye. Yes, we're trying to connect to Ibrahim Bittaye, but that's the ambience there. It shows how big the occasion is. We're almost there. The big signing ceremony between Gina Bass, Gina Mariama Bittaye, Gambia's Queen of the Track, one of Africa's fastest women on the tracks, and also 16th in the world in terms of ranking as far as the fastest woman is concerned. Won several medals in the continent recently, gold in the African Games and also gold in the African Senior Championships, and plus the indoor meetings that she's competed in various stages. Now looking forward to preparing for the Olympic Games. Joining me in the studio is my colleague Amadou Tamba. Well, Amadou, you and I 2 days ago were here discussing about Gina Mariama Bittaye, and today is the big day.
Thank you very much, Gajaga, and a very good morning to all the viewers. I think it's really a very vital day in the annals of Gambian sports, and it's a very, very commendable day for Qcell as well, because Qcell have been doing it for sports, and they've taken another giant step as well in partnering with Gina. So this is absolutely a very historic day, and it will go down in the history books of Gambian sports, that something like this has happened, and it has happened with the Queen of the Tracks. Gina has taken the Gambian name to a higher heights, and companies like Qcell needs to come on board, and Qcell have come on board at the right time.
This is something that we were looking forward to years ago, months ago, weeks ago, if you like, and finally the big moment is here. Few years ago, something like this doesn't seem close, but eventually it is happening. Gambia's face, Gambian-owned company, Qcell, Suñu Boss. As they say it, Suñu Boss, it means ours. We are the owners of it. And they are saying Qcell, Suñu Boss, Gina Bass, Suñu Boss la.
Qcell, Suñu Boss, you just change the U to A, and you have Suñu Bass.
Suñu Bass, yeah. There you go. Fantastic. You got it right.
Absolutely something very, very historic. And I think you look at athletes around the world, being it football, being it athletics or other sporting disciplines. I think big companies used to come on board to endorse them and absolutely be behind them in their career and supporting and motivating them. That will give them more vibes going into future competition. And I think this endorsement signing with Gina has absolutely come at the right time, because she's preparing for the Olympics in Paris. And her target is to get to the finals, and this is a kind of motivation and a tap on the back to say, look, we are behind you, and we will absolutely support you to see to it that you gain much more success in the future. She has absolutely done tremendously well, but this is absolutely a very vital and giant step taken by Qcell, and I know Gina and her team will absolutely be very proud of this. And I know since it has come to light that, look, this is what Qcell planned for you. Now there is an agreement. We need to sign this on Friday. I think the woman and her manager would have had sleepless nights, because they know that this is absolutely a very big deal.
Is it the best timing? Because you're just weeks away from the Olympics, and just we're here for this endorsement deal, and then getting into the global competition, the most talked about Olympic Games, the biggest sporting event in the world.
For me, I
But
think
Amadou, just before you come in on that path, now let's go to Ibrahima Balde. Balde is joining us. Balde, tell us what's happening there and the ambience.
Thank you very much, Momodu Gajaga and Amadou Tamba. Following Friday's enthusiastical welcome of the track queen Gina Bass, the Africa champion, to the Gambia, backed by Qcell Endorsement, the Gambia's quality network. We are currently at the Qcell head office in Kairaba Avenue. If you can see, this is how we are welcoming the signing in ceremony of Gina Mariama Bittaye. It is very significant. She made us proud, and of course, this is the only thing that we can do. I mean, to encourage her, to motivate her. We've seen the zeal, we've seen the love that she has for the sporting discipline that she does. So we are at the Qcell Kairaba Avenue head office, getting ready for the signing in ceremony. As you know, Qcell is about to sign a huge deal with the Gambia's track queen, and entertainment is part of the thing. That's why today you are hearing and seeing all these type of entertainment, and we have a lot to offer. Some of the officials are currently arriving. We've seen the Minister for Sports, Honorable Bakari Baji, and people from the Athletic Association of the Gambia. They are all arriving one by one. Any moment from now, I know everything is going to begin. We've got a huge crowd gathered outside here. I mean, we all understand when you talk about Gina Bass, the mental picture that you have is she made Gambia proud in what she does. I mean, she does it best, we all know that. So that's why today we are out here at the Qcell head office to sign Gina Bass and of course tell her thank you. I mean, if people are working very hard, especially flying the flag of your country to the climax, all that you have to do is to tell them thank you very much and motivate them in what they do. So it will not be a surprise today. We are going to see a lot of things happening here. We are going to see a lot of surprises. We are going to hear from different people from different sectors when it comes to sports. As I said, the minister is already in with his people, and any moment from now we are going to witness that. But for the moment, let us enjoy the ambience out here. We have the Jola tribe, I mean, entertaining us. We all know the Jola tribe. When it comes to culture, they are very rich. When it comes to culture, we rate them to be among the best. So they are the one entertaining us out here today. So get ready for more entertainment, and like I said, any moment from now there will be a signing in ceremony for the track queen and the African champion Gina Bass. Momodu Kajaga.
Well, Ibrahima Balde, I just want to see some of your dancing skills there because this sound looks very beautiful. So try a little bit, give us a feel of the vibes.
Well, I mean, let me just give you. I wish my legs are so light so that I can dance and raise my legs.
Just
but
like
the
I
way
did
they do their thing
during the Africa Cup of Nations, we do the same thing. Now just try. Give it a try.
I've seen you, Gajaga.
Yes. I
don't even know whether to raise the left or the right.
No, you just go either way.
Yes. So a lot of entertainment, Momodu Gajaga.
Well, that's beautiful. So nice pictures there on the background, and you could see Ibrahima Balde describing this scene. So it's going to be a momentous occasion, a big occasion there. Amadou, the big vibes have already started.
Yeah, this is very interesting, and normally when there are certain signing ceremonies or certain events outside, just dignitaries of people coming together, get into the office, put pen to paper, and just leave. This is absolutely very wonderful to feel the vibes and get the ambience before going on and get to sign the endorsement deal. I think it's absolutely very, very happy. And whosoever is passing by the Qcell head office will tend, if you don't know, you will tend to ask what is happening, and then you will get an information as to what is happening. So it is absolutely very, very good. And I think sports without entertainment, it's absolutely very boring. And sports without fans is very boring. And of course, this is really very, very good and interesting as well. And it's like the day would end. We will continue getting these vibes from now against the evening. Yeah?
And it's so fascinating, you know, when you're passing by the Qcell main building on the right-hand side, if you look, if you're coming from the Westfield end, obviously you'll see the big banner where Gina Mariama Bittaye and also the Qcell logo. It's really something special. It shows you that something big is about to happen around here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've said this when we qualified to our first ever AFCON, and then when we get back to the AFCON again, that look, there are so many boards around town, and I think some of them needs to come down, and let's get these people's banners and boards up there. That board outside the Qcell head office is absolutely very wonderful and magnificent, and we need to get more of this. And I know Qcell signing this endorsement deal with Gina, we will get a lot of Gina's picture across the country. And I think this is exactly what we need. If these athletes are walking across the streets and see their banners up top, it will absolutely motivate them that look, yeah, people are behind me and giving me the kind of encouragement and support that I want. Even those who don't know her will absolutely see pictures and tend to ask, okay, who is this? It's Gina. Okay, now I've recognized that this is Gina. So it's absolutely very good. She has been getting support, but this one is absolutely bigger, and it has come at the right time. So it's really, really very good to have banners or pictures of them all over the country.
All over the country, and it's a big, big thing that we're talking about. Gina Mariama Bittaye, one of Africa's fastest athletes and Gambia's best record champion, has been gold medalist, have been silver medalist, have been bronze medalist. And because of the occasion today, it's top people, big names in Gambian sports who are going to be in attendance as far as this signing ceremony is concerned. One among them is the Vice President of the Gambia Athletics Association, Amira Jain, Beatrice Allen, the President of the Gambian National Olympic Committee, well, of course, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Y. Baji, is also in attendance, in fact, one of the biggest guests on today's occasion. Lamin, or Sidi Lamin, rather, DPS of Ministry of Youth and Sports. We also have Ndei Marinjai, he is the permanent, or she is the permanent secretary rather, of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Lamin S. Jawara, Chairman, National Sports Council, and also Ibu Seka, Program Manager, National Sports Council. Manan Konjira, Finance and Admin, that's National Sports Council. Mariama Sala, Head Coach of the Gambia National Athletics Team. Also, Sute Jao, Director of Youth and Sports. That's the Department of Youth and Sports at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Ismail Assise, President of the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association, will also be in attendance. And of course, the CEO of the Q Group and Qcell, if you like, Mohamed Jah, the big man himself, will be in attendance as part of the signing ceremony. And the face, the brand of Qcell when it comes to marketing, selling Qcell's brand to the world, Ami Cisse, Senior Manager Qcell Marketing, would also be part of the occasion. And many other people. Of course, huge media representation as far as the Gambian media is concerned. Star TV, Paradise TV, JRTS, of course, iAfrica, Standard Newspaper, Point Newspaper, and Foroya Newspaper. Amadou, this is no small occasion.
Absolutely, it's not, and I think it is not only in the Gambia, but in Africa and the world at large, because Gina is well known in terms of athletics in the African continent and the global stage. So they will definitely follow her progress. And I know this might be some of the questions that will come in Paris, that look, you've signed a deal with Qcell, how does it help you in your preparation or in your competition here at the Olympics? So I think there will be a lot of media interest in this, in the Gambia, Africa Africa and the world at large. And I think this is absolutely very, very positive. And I know, let's hope and pray that this becomes the best ever partnership, that Qcell and Gina are coming together and signing this deal. Let's hope that it is absolutely the best of partnerships.
We see in other part of the world some of the athletes, whether you're into football or whether you're into running or other aspects of sports like basketball or volleyball, when they sign endorsement deals, some of these deals are with, you know, of course, global brands, but outside of their country. But this time, it's a Gambian company, you know, owned by a Gambian, and Gambian supporting the company who are coming to partner with a Gambian athlete who has been raising the Gambian flag high up there at the international scene. Does that make it special?
Absolutely, it's very, very special because look, Qcell have been doing it, and in the country people tend to believe that companies have been much more focused on football alone, and Qcell came at the right time, become the official GSM partner of the national team, and they've sat and look at things and say, look, we are not only going to stop with matters about football. Let's look at what we can do in terms of athletics, and they've come up to say, well, we're going to sign and endorse Gina, and it is absolutely very, very special. As you said, in Gambian sports, you hardly see companies coming fully and partner with the sporting disciplines, being it athletics, being it football, being it volleyball or whatsoever. But Qcell is absolutely taking this to another step, and they're like, okay, let's see what we can do in terms of athletics. And this deal is absolutely very, very special, that Qcell is a Gambian company owned by a Gambian, Gina is a Gambian representing Gambia and backed by a Gambian company. There is nothing that can be much more special than this, and it has absolutely come at the right time. It's very, very much commendable, and I think every Gambian needs to say, well done Qcell, and thumbs up. This is absolutely a very wonderful gesture.
Gina Mariama Bittaye has been a fantastic athlete, has had several accolades. We've talked about it 2 days ago on this platform, where in the African Games ranked best, came out first in the blocks, of course, the 100 meters, came out first in the 200 meters. That's quite a remarkable achievement. And also, when it comes to other championships, the WADA Diamond League meeting, also fantastic performance, went head to head with the likes of Maddie Jose Talo, with Cherika Jackson, and also some other athletes around the world. And recently in France, we've seen how she performed, coming out second, of course, in that one. She won silver medal. At the African Championship in Kenya, of course. Also, the 100 meters and 200 meters, she's been in scintillating form, Amadou. If there is any company to partner with Gina Mariama Bittaye, well, of course, it's because of her exploits. It's because of what she is able to achieve, especially in recent years.
Yes, I think, look, whenever our athletes are doing very well, they need people to absolutely come on board and partner them and, of course, motivate them more. Gina has done a tremendous job for the Gambia. In all the races that she has competed, I think any event that she gets into, the Gambian name will be raised to a higher height, because she has not gone into any competition and failed to live up to expectation. And I think being supported and endorsed by a Gambian company, that's the climax of all you need. Yes, from here on, you will expect other companies, even outside the Gambia, to say, look, let's look at this lady, let's see what we can do. But this is absolutely a very huge step, and the first of its kind. You know, in any counting you start with one. So if Qcell comes at this time and say, look, Gina, we're going to endorse you, we're going to be behind you in terms of athletics, this is absolutely very much welcoming, and it's really a touching story, because this has never happened. It has absolutely never happened in this country. where a company will come and endorse an athlete like this and organize an event of this magnitude. It has never happened, and this is the first of its kind. That is why Qcell will live in the history books of sports athletics, to be precise, in this country till eternity, because they've done something very big for Gina and big for Gambian athletics, big for Gambia as a sporting country as well.
Well, fantastic. We could be describing what Gina Mariama Bittaye has done for the Gambia all these years and what she went through, started from scratch. Well, right now, it's almost like we are getting very close to the big occasion, to the big event. Some of the pictures that you are seeing outside there, that's the arrival of Gina Mariama Bittaye with the husband, Mustafa Bittaye, as they are being escorted inside the Qcell building. They will be going, of course, straight to the auditorium where the big occasion, the big signing ceremony is going to happen. Amadou, she's looking very gorgeous in that Qcell logo, Qcell t-shirt, the orange shirt, the best brand in the country.
Absolutely.
Best color.
I think thumbs up to the Qcell marketing team. They're really doing a very good job, and of course the color is really a very wonderful color, and it looks good on her, and she's all smiling because she knows that this is a very important day, together with her husband and of course a manager. And I think this is absolutely so emotional, and it has really come at the right time. It's wonderful.
Yes, it's wonderful. We can talk about it all day and we will never exhaust in terms of achievement, in terms of where the Gambia has reached during this period, whenever she's at the international stage, whenever she's competing for the Gambia, not only on her behalf but also on behalf of the Gambia. That national anthem, when she comes out first and then she's been awarded a gold medal or a silver medal, of course your national anthem is played. The emotions that run through you, even as an ordinary supporter or a journalist or somebody who just came to support, or who just want to have fun and enjoy athletics, you really feel it inside you.
Absolutely. I remember at the African Games in Accra, we were all fans because we took away the journalistic cap and wore the nationality cap, and we were absolutely in support of our exploits at the African Games. And during the race, one of the races, I just turned and looked at the PS Ministry of Youth and Sports, Madam Jai, and she was absolutely elated, and at a point where Gina was on the podium and the national anthem reverberates around the University of Accra Stadium, you sense the feelings of patriotism, and you're like, if not for her, our national anthem would not have been echoing in the stadium at this point in time. So that alone is something very big for Gambia, and something very big for Gina, and big for Gambia athletics as well. And at the end of the day, you look at the medal table, you'll be like, if not for Gina, Gambia would not have been going home with a single medal. And she came home with 2 gold medals. So this lady, anything that she's getting today, she absolutely deserves it.
This auditorium,
yes, it's like we have already established connection with the auditorium. Ansumana Esonyasi, who is there to give us what's happening there.
And it's quite a momentous occasion. And really, we're very honored to welcome all of you here. Having said that, before we get into the program proper, I would ask that we all pray in our individual ways, as is customary here every time we gather, especially for events as important as this. We seek Allah's blessings first. So we observe a minute prayer in our individual ways. Amen. Good morning once more. The first Vice President of the Gambia Athletics Association, the President of the GNOC, the Minister for Youth and Sports and his PS and DPS, chairman of the National Sports Council, the acting executive manager at the National Sports Council, and the finance and admin, the entire management of the Sports Council, the head coach, I think I saw her somewhere here, of the Gambia Athletics Association, and Mr. Sute Jao as well, the Director of Youth and Sports at the Department of Youth and Sports. And so to come home as well, the senior marketing manager, Qcell Gambia Limited, who's been one of the brains behind this historic event. And of course, the entire senior management and staff of the Q group of companies. And finally, our dear chairman, Mohamed Jah. We welcome you all here. Like I said earlier, we're very delighted to witness this historic occasion. As a company that prides itself in supporting national development, particularly young people across all sectors, but most importantly in the area of sports, Qcell is yet again demonstrating its unwavering commitment to supporting Gambian sports. Over the years, we've supported so many sporting activities, partnered with sporting associations across the country, and supported the refurbishment of many sporting facilities in this country. 2 years ago, we had this historic partnership, when we had this campaign in Ivory Coast, the AFCON. And we remember the support that our chairman also gave to the under-20 team 2 years ago as well. Recently supported the refurbishment of the Manjai Park as well. So it's a host of, activities that Qcell has engaged on over the past couple of years, just to ensure that our sports continues to thrive as a sector. But most importantly, the young people who are involved in the various sporting disciplines as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very historic moment that we're witnessing. I'm sure the speakers would, share all these details with us. But just to say that for us at Qcell, celebrating who, in my opinion, and I'm sure most of you would agree, is the greatest sporting ambassador, arguably the greatest sporting ambassador that this country has ever produced. It just couldn't have been any better. And so, without much ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, Mrs. Ami Cisse, who is the Senior Marketing Manager at Qcell. Ami.
Thank you all, Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, the PS, Youth and Sports, GAA, GNOC, the National Sports Council, the Gambia Police Force, our able CEO and all staff of Qcell, and our good friends from the media. Good morning to you all. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this special occasion as we gather here to celebrate a very remarkable partnership. We're thrilled to announce that Qcell will be signing a brand ambassador today, someone whose achievements resonate deeply with our company's values and aspirations. Today, we welcome Gina Mariama Bittaye into the Qcell family. Gina is not just an athlete. She's a symbol of perseverance, dedication, and triumph in the world of sports. Her accomplishment on the track has been nothing short of extraordinary, aligning perfectly with Qcell's commitment to excellence and pushing boundaries. Qcell was launched in 2009 when many doubted the sustainability of our operations. 15 years later, we have defied all odds, standing tall as the most innovative telco with the largest coverage in this country. Therefore, I think we can all agree that it is only right that the fastest athlete gets to partner with the fastest internet provider in this country. We look forward to this partnership. We're inspired by Gina's journey and the impact she's made in the sporting world. She happens to be very humble, but her achievements are no small feat. Her values of hard work, determination, and resilience mirror with our own corporate ethos, making her an ideal representative of Qcell. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Gina Mariama Bittaye. We're excited about the future ahead and the opportunities this collaboration will bring. Together, we will continue to champion excellence and innovation in every endeavor. Qcell, suñu boss la. Gina, suñu boss la. Thank you.
Talking about the fastest athlete partnering with the fastest, network. Chairman, should I now declare us 5G plus?
Yes.
Thank you, Ami. We appreciate those remarks. I would now like to call on Mrs. Amira Jan, First Vice President of the Gambia Athletics Association.
Good morning to all of you. I'm grateful and thankful to be here today. As the first Vice President of the Gambia Athletics Association, I am thrilled to be part of this momentous occasion, witnessing the official signing between Qcell and Madam Gina Mariama Bittaye as their brand ambassador. Gina, the nation's pride, holds the esteemed title of the current African champion and is recognized as the fastest African woman in the 100 meters. Her dedication and exceptional athletic prowess have not only brought honor to the Gambia, but have also inspired countless individuals across the nation. Moreover, Qcell, being the leading GSM company in the Gambia, holds a strong position in the national and international telecommunications industry. Their decision to partnership with Gina as their brand ambassador not only demonstrates their commitment to supporting local talent, but also simplifies their dedication to promoting sports and athleticism within the community. Gina's upcoming participation in the Olympic Games in Paris further underscores the significance of this partnership. This collaboration will not only elevate Gina's profile on the international stage, but also provide her with the necessary support and resources to excel in her athletic pursuits. As the Gambia Athletic Association, we are confident that this partnership will not only benefit Gina individually, but also serve as a catalyst for the development of athletes in our nation. We look forward to witnessing the positive impact this collaboration will have on the athletic community and the broader society, inspiring the next generation of aspiring athletes and furthering the culture of excellence and achievement in sports. May God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Jan, we appreciate those remarks. Now, if you look around this hall today, you would notice that we've got some men in uniform with us, and this is because Gina is a member of the Gambia Police Force. And so we're very delighted to have you in our midst this morning as we celebrate Gina Mariama Bittaye, but also to Commissioner Bojang, who is here representing the Inspector General of Police. And I would now invite you to make a brief remark on behalf of the Gambia Police Force.
Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport, the heads of GNOC, the chairperson of Qcell and Q Group. All protocols respectfully observed. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police, I would first of all like to thank the Q Group for recognizing our own Inspector Gina Mariama Bittaye. This shows how important it is as a country if we put our efforts together to encourage our very own people, our youths who have talents, all those who only need a small push to show to the world what the Gambia have. Though a small country, but it's full of talents. And I believe Gina is a manifestation of that talent that we have in this country. The Office of the Inspector General of Police is very much committed in advancing and also in supporting the youth of this country in sports so that their hidden talents will come out and it will show the Gambia not only as a peaceful country but also as a country where sports thrives. These values, I believe, is the same value that the Honorable Minister also have as a young person and being in the youth field for so long. We've been monitoring you, sir. And also with Qcell, also partnering, coming up. The values occur, like I said, well, with the strategic vision of the Gambia Police Force. That's why we have all our participations in all sporting disciplines of this country. Being it athletics, being it football, being it volleyball, and even wrestling. On that note, I would like to encourage our very own Madam Gina Inspector for continuing to represent us as a country, because your efforts in the track unify us as a country. It brings us together. It even helps in our fight against crime, because if you are running, people wouldn't have time to go out committing crimes, but they'll be focused on looking at the TVs, trying to see how best you are representing us. So we thank you for that and we appreciate you. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police, once again, I thank you all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Earlier, Ami said, Qcell suñ boss la, Gina Mariam suñ boss la. I mean, for us, the suñ boss mantra, is not just a slogan. This is an idea that we strongly believe in. And I think this occasion this morning is a manifestation of those strong values and belief that we have as a family. I would like to invite one woman who is perhaps, one of the most experienced women in terms of sports administration in this country. She's been a sports administrator for decades and has served this country well. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Beatrice Allen, President of the GNSC, please.
Hamis Bubari, because I'm not negotiating that. I don't think I am supposed to speak, but I will say something because we don't want the rings to speak here. We just want to talk as Gambians and as administrators that have been working with government for development and for progress, peace and prosperity. Gina has done very well. I just told her this morning, danga am jom, then it's so am a jom. You can achieve the highest level. This Gina we are celebrating today and the sports that we are celebrating today
is not just about the Gambia National Olympic Committee. It's not just about IOC having all the money in the world to pump into sports development, because that is our role, to develop sports. But for the first time, it has become an issue of intense collaboration with the government of the Gambia under this honorable gentleman who is the Minister of Youth and Sports. We have had various experiences in the past where we go into a boxing competition with the Minister of Youth and Sports. But for the first time, this Minister of Sports came in peace. And we are all seeing the benefit. The Olympic Charter says we must collaborate with government. And the Minister of Sports has demonstrated how true that is. So the success of Gina, the success of any other sporting personality and athlete is because the government of the Gambia, through Honorable Baji and his office, made it possible for peace to reign, and we are all feeling it. If you touch one athlete and call the name of the athlete, you touch the nerve of any government. To the point that when athletes go to games, they look on their ministers of sport to drive them into hard and intense performance. It has happened in Birmingham. It has happened in Konya. And we are praying that it will happen in Paris, because the games are various, but the Olympic Games is the highest height. And we have confidence in Gina. We are not going to strain her with high expectations. We are going to pray that Gina will make it. And she has a way of surprising people, because she did it in Konya. So on behalf of the Olympic and sports movement in the Gambia, we want to first of all thank the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Baji, and we want to thank Mohamed Jah and his team. You know, Qcell, people don't know that me and Qcell, we share the same embryo. I don't even know why I'm wearing this today. I wasn't thinking about colors, but somehow I wore this and I came, and you know, I am a brand today and somebody has to pay me. So I want to thank you all very much. I know that Qcell has an eagle's eye. You see, the higher they are, the more they see what's happening down. So thank you for recognizing Gina. We would not be able to do it. The government will not be able, because that's not our role. This is the role of the private sector. And I hope that other private entrepreneurs and businesses will emulate from Qcell. Thank you very much. And at the end of the thing, I have a surprise. No, Gina has a surprise for you, but she doesn't know yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Allen. We look forward to that surprise. But we appreciate your remarks. Now, I wouldn't really want to, because of the exigency of time, I would like to move on to the next speaker. And this person has been with Gina Mariama Bittaye, you know, for years now. He's been the, you know, her support system throughout. And, you know, not only in terms of training, but also being there, ensuring that she's able to give us those performances. And this person, you know, it's because of him that she now carries another surname. I'm sure you know who this person is already. Mr. Bittaye, we're happy to have you here. and I would invite you over to make a few remarks. He's the manager. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum everyone here. Good morning, the CEO of Qcell, Honorable Minister, President of GNOC, members of the Gambia National Athletic Association, plus the Gambia Police Force. I greet everyone here. Just say a few words about Qcell. We are so much grateful to partner with Qcell because we believe that Qcell is a Gambian brand and Gina is a Gambian. I think if this collaboration is made, this will bring development in the country. As we are all youth in the Gambia, and we see how sometimes it is difficult, but with the help of the sport administrators, the NOC, the sport minister, they are doing everything possible to make sure that sport is at the higher level, and we are grateful for that. And with the help of the marketing manager, Ms. Amisise, we are so much happy and at least grateful because we have been working tirelessly every night, daytime. The communication never stopped. So with that, we are very much grateful. So that shows that if we come together, there is nothing that we cannot achieve. So with Gina, she is somebody who is very determined, and with that determination, she can achieve anything in this world. Not because I'm the husband, but I know her, how he is determined. Even if we are at home, there is no way that she can waste a time and it's time for training. She will leave everything and say, I'm going for training. And for me, as I always tell her, if I cannot support you, there is no way that I can stop you in your athletics career. As long as it's sport that brings us together, I am always ready to give you the support and the needful. So that being the case, I will also thank the Gambians who are always giving her the spirit of support, because we all know in sports, without that support, there is always difficulties when it comes time for competition. So that spirit of support, we are so much grateful and thankful to all the Gambians who are always giving her the support. So I think this partnership with Qcell, as we all know and see, this is the first time this is happening in the country. So this will serve as a motivation to others to give support to sporting activities members who are always involved, because we all know sports is somehow difficult when there is no support. But with this, I think it is going to yield a very good dividends to Gina, and as the name implies 5G, Gina is the fastest and 5G is the fastest. So Gina Singi Bosla as Gambian, also Qcell Singi Bosla. I thank you all.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Bittaye, you can be rest assured that Qcell will be with you all the way, inshallah. Now, the next speaker is perhaps the luckiest sports minister we've ever had. We've really achieved, we've had some great achievements across all sporting disciplines since he's come into office. From volleyball, we had a back-to-back to the back-to-back AFCON qualifications. Gina Mariama Bittaye as well, martial arts, you name it. We've had some great achievements since he came into office. And not to give him all the credit, but to say he's played a big part, and we must recognize that. Honorable Minister.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning to all of you. We want to extend our special greetings to everyone, but more especially to the chairman of Q Group, Mr. Mohamed Jah, and the president of the GNOC, Auntie Beatrice, And thank you for those kind words of yours. It's much appreciated. The Commissioner Bojang representing the IG and my permanent secretary, Mrs. Ndemari, and the acting executive director, Mr. Jawla, and to the first vice president of the J, Madam Jang, and eventually to our two most important people for today, and that is Gina Mariama Bittaye, and of course, Mr. Bittaye, who is the husband, and to all of you. I guess this is supposed to be a very sad ceremony, and like Auntie V said, we thought we were just going to come and just be observers of the whole process, but we were given an opportunity to speak, and we must first extend special appreciation to Mr. Ja for this very great initiative, and of course you and your Qcell team. Now, personally, I told them, I said I had another engagement today, but I decided to come here for a very important reason, which is that for many years, and I guess for many decades, sports have been an issue that is between government and the associations. And the private sector, to a large extent, stayed behind and watched government and the associations to finance the activities of sports. But in recent years, we've seen how much some of the private sector is coming on board and supporting what we are doing. But with real investment, Qcell have really taken the lead in terms of doing so much to support sports, not just for competitions, but even the infrastructure, supporting zones in their infrastructure and supporting them in financing some of their activities. And us at the ministry is very grateful of that. And recently, you all know we signed an agreement during the last AFCON, and they are with us in the journey as we move towards the World Cup qualifiers. But the icing in the cake is this very important ceremony, which is signing of Gina. And I say this because personally I've been in the media and they will say, oh, government is not doing this. And I said, well, there is nowhere in the world where governments make an athlete rich. It's a misconception that our people have that governments should give money to the athletes. Yes, we do. When they participate, when they compete and they win medals, we reward them for the medals that they win. But what makes an artist rich is the endorsements that they get from the private sector, is the signing for promotional activities that they do with the private sector, and that is what Qcell is doing today. And that is why we're very grateful that someone has thought about engaging Gina and signing her as a brand ambassador. And then, of course, she would be responsible for promoting the brand, but then there is financial reward that is going to come to her that she can use to invest in something that can bring revenue, and that is what is going to make her rich, as we all want her to be. So, Mr. Ja and your team, we say thank you very much for taking the lead, and we hope that other companies in the country will learn from this and be able to sign other athletes, be it in football, be it in athletics, be it in judo, taekwondo, volleyball, whichever have you. We have a lot of talents out there. But it's also going to serve as an encouragement to other athletes that if I do well and I'm committed to what I do and I reach a certain level in my international career, some company back home would sign me and I'll be able to come home and organize this kind of ceremony. That is the encouragement that we believe that Gina would serve as an inspiration to other athletes that are in the country, whatever activity that they're doing. So we want to say once again, Gina, congratulations. And like Auntie B said, jump moilep. And not only jump, but you have shown that the respect that you have for everybody that you deal with. You have shown that, yes, there is hype in what you're doing, but your most important part is focusing on your career. And whatever results come, you know this is what I get out of my career. And we appreciate you for that. For years, of course, with little things, you hear a lot of noise, but we do not hear things coming from your end or from your team in terms of what you're doing. So keep it up. We believe that this is just the beginning for you, and we hope that as you move out to the international level with the Olympics, this is your third Olympics, you'll be able to win that medal that you so deserve. We believe you will do it. We believe you have the capacity, you have the determination, and you've been doing well in terms of your timing. So all the best. We will be there to support you, and we hope that you will be able to rally the whole country in one of the most important medals, which is going to be the Olympics medal. Congratulations once again. And to Qcell, Q Group, we say thank you very much for supporting our field and doing your best to ensure you sign an athlete that we all agree is the best that has ever come out of this country. Ever. And of course, the GAA will have to appreciate you. I know she's one of yours, and the police also. She comes from the police as an athlete, and then to the GAA and to GNOC and the ministry. Thanks to everybody that has been part of this process. Mr. Ja, again, we cannot thank you enough. I'll have to repeat this. We appreciate everything that you're doing in our sports sector. And we hope that you'll continue to do more. Not just in athletics, in football, but in other areas as well. Our volleyball team has been doing extremely well recently, especially the beach volleyball. And, we want someone else also to adopt them. If you want, we can bring them to you as well. So everybody, thank you. On our part, before I conclude, as a ministry, we would always be doing our best. We do not have all the resources. In fact, we don't have enough. But the little that we have, we will always be able to utilize it for the best of what we all need, which is to be able to have our young people being more exposed, have young people out there that are going to continue to participate and represent the country and do well, bring us medals, but also even promote our tourism. There is nothing at the moment that unifies us as a people more than sports. But I can also say confidentially that there is no sector that is exporting talent out of this country more than sports. Because if you look at the records, the number of footballers that leave annually to clubs abroad, the number of athletes that leave, the number of volleyball players that leave, sometimes volleyball doesn't have that attention. But recently we've had few people to Senegal, to Algeria, to Qatar that have signed professional. And all of these is the amount of talent that we're taking outside. What is the return? It's the remittance that they send back home, which also contributes towards the economy and changing the lives of these young people and their families. And I think that's what we all need to look at, that the sport is no longer just a recreation, but it is a field that contributes social cohesion, contributes towards peace, and contributes towards the economic development of this country. So thank you to everyone. Government will continue to do our part. And to all our partners, we say thank you. Mr. Ja, you have a lot of people here. And that shows you how important this event is. From minister to PS to president and everyone else. And we say thank you once again. Good morning.
Well, thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you for those remarks. We appreciate. Yes.
I think I'm just being reminded I need to say something that I didn't say. Actually, that's a conversation that we had in the past. And of course, Gina and Mr. Bittaye knows. There is this issue about, Gina needs to be given a diplomatic passport, and all the time they keep talking about it. And I said, well, we actually approved the diplomatic passport a little while ago. So President endorsed it, and the process is ongoing. Unfortunately, she was not here. But now that she is here in the country, she would be going to do her biometric, and the government will be issuing her a diplomatic passport after.
Thank you. I think it's long overdue. Yeah, she's really earned it. Thank you. So at this juncture, I would like to invite Q Group Chairman Mohamed Jah to unveil the package for us, to tell us what is in the package, and also the surprise that the Q Group or Qcell has for Gina Mariama Bittaye this morning.
Mohamed Jah, jërëjëf Mohamed Jah. Mohamed Jah mi am lu nga fele. Jërëjëf. Yaa ngi wala nga mel ne war a delloo ñu kal. Yaa ngi jàppale sport. Yaa ngi jàppale ñëpp. Tey Bakary bàyyi ko tànn. Thank you. Sigil nga ko. Sigil nga agriculture. Sigil nga Adama Barrow. kere moto ayo si tey ñu bari nga jàppale Mohamed Dia.
Thank you.
jàppale nga ñëw doole yi.
Jërëjëf.
jàppale nga ñëpp. jërëjëf.
Thank you. Thank you Liman. Jërëjëf.
mu ne sa taxaw nga wax ba pare.
Jërëjëf.
moo toogati.
Toogal.
ba pare ñu gërëm Aïssatou.
Thank you.
jërëjëf ñu gërëm Aïssatou Dia.
Thank you.
kii moo ko jàppale. kii moo tànn ma Mohamed. kii moo ko dooleel. Aïssatou jërëjëf. mën nga toog ci kër gi di ko seetaan waaye Aïssatou seetaan loo ko Aïssatou jërëjëf yàlla sa jàmm yàlla yaa awo
jërëjëf
yàlla bul am ñaareel.
Thank you. demal nga ko ñaan bu neex de. I would like to good morning everybody. Good morning Gambia. As you know, QTV is live for this program since I think 9:45 in the morning. We have been live broadcasting this program because we feel that it's a very, very important program in the country. We all know that athletics used to be one of the most famous sports in the country, and it went down a little bit and football took over. So we are doing our best also to bring it up, and I think the media should play a big role in that journey. And that is why when Gina arrived on Wednesday evening, not only that we mobilized the supporters, but we had the TV there live from when she came down from the flight, SN Brussels flight, and we followed her up to Qcell just to, you know, encourage her and also to promote athletics in the country. So I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Bakari Baji, who's present here. We really appreciate. We know that today the Ghanaian president is coming in almost at 10:30. He has also a lot of other important meetings to go to, but he decided to leave all that, and today is Friday, to come here, you know, to witness this important ceremony. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the GNOC president, Madam Beatrice Allen, my ex-goro. She used to have a husband in my house, but so I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Amira Jain, the first Vice President of the Gambia Athletic Association. Also the PS Ministry of Youth and Sports, Madam Marinjai, DPS Sedi Lamin, Chairman of the National Sports Council, also the police, the Commissioner Bojang from the police, and of course all present today, but special acknowledgement to our own Gina, you know, Gina Bass, and manager and husband, Mr. Bittaye. We are really proud again today at Qcell, and when I say Qcell, we all know that it follows with Sunyu Boss. So Qcell, Sunyu Boss, Qcell, Sunyu Boss. So this is also another Sunyu Boss occasion. As you know, Qcell was the fourth operator. We came after maybe 15 years of the first two operators, and everybody said we were not going to be able to do it. We worked very hard, and today we are at the top of the telecommunication game, not only in the Gambia but in Africa as a whole. Just last year we were able to launch the first 5G network in West Africa, the entire West Africa commercially. You know, you all know that also we were the first to bring 3G, first to bring 4G, and last year we launched 5G. Why? Because we also have another slogan which says, we innovate and others follow. I want to tell the public and people here that we believe in our slogans. They are not just slogans. We believe that when we put a slogan to our name, we have to walk the talk. And today, that is why we are here today. If we look at what Gina has been doing, you know, on her side, you know that Gina has a lot of similarities with the Qcell or Q group. You know, one is Gambian, and I keep on saying Gina is a Gambian, Qcell is Gambian owned. Even though sometimes I hear people saying that I don't even own Qcells. Qcell is a Gambian owned, you know, it's Gambian owned. And also, we also have a lot of things in common. If you look at Gina, you know, a lot of people always feel that, you know, when they see somebody who is successful or, you know, something which is successful, they think that it just came, you know, overnight. I think success comes with a lot of hard work. You know, I've been in business for over 30 years now, and every day I go to work, you know, and it's not about making money, or it's not about just going to work. It's about impacting society. Nit danga wara am jëriñ loolu la ma suma pa daan wax nit danga am jëriñ si ñu dëkkaa yow ñu dëkka sa boor or society bu nekk around you. You have to be useful to the community. Gina did not achieve this position just overnight. Gina worked so hard for so many years to reach this level. Look at the size of Gina compared to the other athletes she is competing in the world stage. Maybe some of them, she is like half of their size. But she knows where she is going. You know, she has set a target for herself, and Gina is working towards that target with respect and humility. And I always tell my staff and people around me that you cannot succeed in this world without these 2 or 3 things. 1 is humility, 2 is hard work, and 3 is discipline. You know, you have to have this, and Gina has them. Look at how humble this lady is. We are all celebrating her today in this country, you know, but she is so humble, and she is so disciplined in what she is doing. We just heard what her manager said, and we are not surprised. We had to bring Gina just for this signing. She was actually in France training, you know, to prepare for the Olympics. And we had to try to squeeze these 2-3 days for her to come over to Gambia, you know, for us also to give her the support, for the country to give her the support, but also to have the signing. And I'm saying that it's not about the money side of the signing. It's about the fact that we believe that Gina is a true ambassador of Qcell. She can represent us very well, because we have screened. We don't just sign people like that. We went through, you know, Gina's track, and we saw that Gina has the values which Qcell and the Q group believes in. Everybody in the country knows that the 3 principles of the Q group, when you are join the Q group, is discipline, hard work, and honesty. And we believe that Gina carries those values as well. So it's not surprising that Qcell is signing Gina today for her to represent us globally. And I want to say that, and I said it when we were signing the European Cup, the Euros with GRTS. I said it and I will repeat it. I will not want to believe that all Gambians, we don't have good people, we don't have disciplined people. You know, when you listen sometimes to our media, you feel frustrated. But I want to say that Gambians are very good people. We have been very good people. And we support each other. We are in other countries. Some of the countries we are in, when somebody is eating his or her lunch and you are next to him or her, he will not call you. Gambians don't need to know where you come from. When it's time for lunch or dinner, you are part of the family. So we are very good people. We have values, and we should nurture that. And we should nurture our champions, and people who are doing well, because just through that, we can move up, in the global scene. Now, everybody is trying to promote their own people. But if you look at our society, most of us, our role models, are outside. But Gina is the Usain Bolt of Africa today. The whole of Africa, over 50 countries, you have a Gambian who is #1 in 100 meters. That's not a small achievement. We all know where Usain Bolt has taken Jamaica. Everybody knows Usain Bolt, all the small kids. So we at the Q group level, this is our intention as well. It's not about the monetary value. We want to promote Gina to a level where everybody in the world will know that Gina is the champion of 100 meters in Africa. And as Honorable Minister said, that will even take our tourism. Everybody knows Gambia as a peaceful country. But when people like Gina perform, I tell you, you have more people who want to come and visit, more people who want to come and do business in Gambia. So we want to take this opportunity to really thank Gina for the efforts she is doing. The efforts are not for you alone. You are doing it for the entire country. Just like what I tell the Q group, that every day we come to work, we are not working for our salaries. We are working to impact this nation. So I want to really thank her, for the efforts, and to say that we are really proud of Gina. As Ami said, we have today the biggest network coverage in the country. And this is not what Mohamed Jah is saying. We have a regulator called Pura, and they do assessment of the entire network in the country. And we have the biggest network in the country. And we continue to develop, our network to meet the highest standards in the world. We are not competing only locally. We are competing regionally, and we are competing globally. Today, Qcell is able to go to other countries like Sierra Leone because of the support of Gambians and your prayers. And that is why whatever we do for Gambians, we think is still very small. Whatever we make from anywhere in the world, we have expanded. We try to bring it to our country, to promote our country, to do better in our country. So I want to take also the opportunity to thank the government of the Gambia, through His Excellency President Barrow, for also giving us the opportunity to be able to impact lives in the country. We really feel that Gambia, is a good country. We have a lot of talent, but as Commissioner Bojang rightly said, a small push can really take out a lot of talent. We have a lot of talent in this country. We just need to bring ourselves together, to put our hands together and really take it to another level. I'm also very happy to hear, and always when we have ceremonies, not only today, it's dealing with athletics, but we have football and other things we have been sponsoring. We always hear all the partners saying that they have been working together. They have been collaborating, because we are here. We've been here for, so many years. We've been reading newspapers. We've been hearing things happening. And really, everybody knows that since Honorable Minister took over office until today, we just saw collaboration upon collaboration. We've not seen any bad news on the newspapers or the radio or the television. And this is what he believes in. He believes that he has to bring people, that sports brings people together. And I always used to say it when I see different sport organizations fighting, I always say this is not the reason why sports was created. But I think we were lucky as Gambians also to have a young man Honorable Bakari to come in to galvanize the spirit. We really thank you, Minister, for the leadership you have been giving us in the sports. So, jërëjëf maa ngi gërëm ñëpp ma ne ma wax summarize rek si olof tey bés bu neex la pour ñun at the Q group Qcell level tey ñu ngi sign Gina Bass as our sports ambassador not only in Gambia but throughout the world. Waaw di wax Gambian si ne really kontaan nañ trop parce que ñun dañ am slogan bu tudda suñu bos te ñun dañ gom si suñ slogan si dañ gom si lii te ku gis Qcell nu moo doxalee si bu ñëwee ba léegi dina xam ne dañ gom suñ slogan si parce que anything loo xam ne Gambia nang si rek ñun ñu ngi si def suñu loxo whether si music bi la whether si sport bi la whether si diine ji la whether si government whatever it takes ñun daal suñ si gisee ne Gambia mooy di end goal rek ñun dinañ si def suñu loxo dinañ si def suñu xelaat télévision bii nii dama ko dee waxaat ko is not just like any other television. QTV, Q radio seen mandate mooy to bring the positive image of Gambian and Gambians because dañ seetlu ne lot of media dañ dee bugga di génne negativities waxuma ne it's not there but dama ne ñun at our level because ñun we are on satellite you watch us the entire Africa for them di nga mun a watch QTV man demoon naa Sénégal last week I was driving ma tune Q radio ma suma jabar mun na ma seede mu ngi fi ba biir Dakar ñu ngi déglu Q radio soo amee nag radio ak télévision boo xam ne dafa dem si àdduna bi yëpp nekkaatut just a national television ñun pour ñu mun a yóbbu dëkk bi kanam dañ war a make sure ñu génnee lu positif wax yu baax yuy xew sin dëkk ñu baax ñu fi nekka ndax ñeneen tamit mun a ñëw as tourist wala ñëw invest seen xaalis Gambia noonu la dëkk dee demee kanam waaye su nekkee ne man dama déglu radio wala ma déglu TV wala ma read newspaper everything is negative about a certain country billaay duma fa dem invest man as an investor dama dee invest in different parts of the world. The first thing I do when I want to invest is dama dee dem on the country. First things I do, I buy newspaper, all the newspapers laa dee njëkk a jënda for 1 week su ma fa nekkee dinaa read newspaper dinaa dégg su ma gisee ne fii moom 90-95% they are not talking, it's not good news lu tax ma war a feel ne dama fa war a risk suma xaalis dama risk suma xaalis so tey ñu ngi celebrate koo xam ne dafa jala celebrate mooy fàttaliku waa Gambien si ne ñun nit ñu baax lañ ñun dañ am yar ba pare dañ bugg a nit foo ñu gis rek ñu ngi accommodate nit ñi waaye seen problème mooy ñun seen role model si always si biti lañ koo jëlee tey ñëpp xam nañ kan mooy Usain Bolt ku nekk sa role model su nekkut Gambian role model is very difficult to get koo wax rek role model am mu ngi fii déedéet dañ dee fàtte seen boppa ñu la gën a jegeñ dañ dang leen dee fàtte waaye suñu leen doon encourage te dama dee wax ne America soo gisee mu raw ñëpp si àdduna bi is because of the way they promote their own people. American bi soo def dara yow su nekkee ne 90% bi sax baaxul waaye yaa ngi def 10 boo xam ne baax 10 bi la ñoo jël buloo ko ba nga xam ne yow da ngaa rus sax pour def lu négatif dañ am positive mentality nit da nga war a eewu suba nga am hope life is about hope waaye su nekkee da ngaa eewu suba nga dem si media bi looy dégga yëpp oo looy read oo looy gis yëpp is négatif yow sa whole day sa dafa yaaxu yow doo mun a te xelaat lu positif so dama bugga pour ñun ñëpp ñu celebrate ante ñun bëri wuñ census bi is just foog naa almost concluded they saying the total people who live in Gambia is about 2.5 million people mun naa la wax loolu is one street in China ñun bëri wuñ soo waxee hello sax ñëpp laa dégga so ñun dañ war a buggante ñu ñëw together nga xam ne dëkk bi dina dem kanam waaw waaye su fekkee ne every day rek man su ma defee lu baax nga seet man leena te ñun ñëpp nit lañ ku nekk mun naa def mistake yow nga jël suma benn mistake rek nga ne loolu man ma loolu laa dañoo am problème da nga war a xool man yu baax yu maa def nga encourage ma si ndax ma mun a gën a def lu gën a baax te ñun loolu la ñoo defal nii Gina loolu la ñoo defal Gambia mooy ne dañ war a celebrate Gina tey su nekkoon ne beneen dëkk la mais bi bés bu moo ñëw sa sooy public hodi la nekka because ñun ñu ngee dégg xaw ma whether it's true or not waaye suma doomam ma wax démba ne the prime minister in London who is new dafa wax ne su gaa yi winee dafa joxe public holiday bank holiday ñun na dañu win Africa yëpp lañu win waaw ñun dañu win Africa dañu war a celebrate this young lady ñu encourage ko nga xam ne dinañ am suñu young people yu bëri dinañ mun a dugga si athletics bi dinañ mun a dugga si sports bi parce que sport bi tam si la bokka man nga gis nii bilaay maa ngi si business bi de every day maa ngi ñëw liggéey si ba guddi waaye musuma bàyyi sports ku ma xam suma staff yëpp a ngi fi ñun we have Q City every day dama dem ma def suma training démba football match laa am foog naa ñu ngi fa woon ak docteur Cissé sax minister of communication ñëwoon na démba play si ñun ñëpp ñu play si am wér-gu-yaram because soo amee wér-gu-yaram sport daf dee tax sax nga gën a kontaan man dama dee wax ni soo jógee sport dem sa kër loo neex nga lekka après da ngaa kontaan ak sa njaboot yëpp da ngaa wax bu neex doo mer soo buggee ñaaka mer day dem defi sports demal rek nga daw nga ñëw soo ñëwee because it's the only thing loo xam ne dama dee wax suma gars yi ne mënuloo ko sub contrat waaw mënuloo ko sub contrat kenn yow yaa ko mën a defal sa boppa waaye soo ko defalee sa boppa di nga gis njëriñ soo maa ngi ñaax ñëpp di ñaax dëkk bi ne ñun ñëpp ñu boole seen loxo together ñun Gambia amuñ resources yu bëri lu ñu am mooy seen brain si tey ku gis lu Q group di def Gambia ak si aduna bi ak lu Gina def tey di nga xam ne du xaalis moo la yóbbu si fu nga dem yëpp déedéet du xaalis sa xel la day dëkk yu bëri ñu ngi amee resources yu bëri gold diamond lu nekk waaye tey Gambia sax moo leen raw lu tax mooy ne human resource capacity bu ñu am human resource capacity boobu man dama personally feel ne taapuñ ko sax to the level because there is a lot of negativity dañ ko war a taap positively ñu encourage nit ñi ñu xelaat ñu def we can have a lot of Ginas we can have a lot of people doing big things in the world Daniel suma wax rek pour wax loolu mooy Gambia di a small country ñu ngi am anti Beatrice mu ngi si Olympic executive xam nga ñaata dëkk ñoo nekk si world bi Olympic du yëfi caaxaan mooy di highest level ñu am small Gambia anti Beatrice nekk fa ñaata at di gën a rise up the ladder du ma surprise sax su nekkee président bi waaye lu ma bëgg a dipik fii rek mooy ne buñ xeeb seen boppa bu ñu wax ne ñun dañ tuuti au lii ñu ngi jànga ñu ngi compete si university si all over the world and we are doing well lu des rek mooy ñun ñu encourageante ñu liggéey dëkk bi dem kanam so maa ngi gërëm ñëpp di gërëm honorable minister again di nag di gërëm suma staff bi yëpp Ami Cissé and staffam bi yëpp parce que lii tey man bokkuma si man dama ñëw rek comme ministre comme anti Beatrice ñu ne ma waxal amewuma fi bindam gisuloo moom dafa binda sa pipaam parce que ñoom ñoo nekkoon si lii yëpp luy mu ngi wane ne mun nañ koo def ñun we have over 1000 employees man léegi bokkaatuma opération ñoom ñooy liggéey te Gambians lañ ku nekk su xëyee suba mooy de from starting to ending manager bi mun naa seede ne musuma wax a moom maa ngi ko soog a gis tey loolu mu ngi wane ne ñii mun nañoo def liggéey bi soo ñun ñëpp ku nekk su encourageante rek yi fi dem di nag di gërëm tam suma jabar mu ngi fi maa ngi ko acknowledge dama bëgg yéen ñëpp ngeen acknowledge ko Madam Dia thank you very much for the support you have been giving and senior managers yi staff of Q group yëpp maa ngi wax ne maa ngi di gërëm yéen ñëpp si liggéey bu ngeen di liggéey si dëkk bi pour gis ne lu nit ñi soxla yéen a ngi see daw di ko def nu mu gën a rafetee waaw boobu laa dee last wax Tunkara mu ma remind media ma ne ko boobu laa dee last cover bi ko dama dee wax ne is di comme nuñ ko dee waxee rek is di fourth arm soo gisee tey ñu nekk fi comme nu ma starté rek QTV toppa tey yaa ngi fi am media houses yëpp soo xoolee bi PTV Paradise la yaa ngi am GRTS yaa ngi am Star yaa ngi am ay Africa yaa ngi am online yi ñëpp a ngi tey media yëpp a connect live soo taalee any télévision wala radio da ngaa gis programme bi moo nekk on te feyuñ leen dara joxuñ leen dara lu tax ñoom tamit dañ bugg a gis Gambia dem kanam soo dégg la xaj ne Qcell moo nekk si lii ak yooyu ba media house yëpp dañ ñu dee jàppale gis ne ñun seen objectif mooy Gambia rek ñoom tam seen objectif mooy Gambia so maa ngi leen di gërëm all the media houses ak ñi fi represent media si yëpp suma brother mi ngi ne dama ko dee always haasal moom Mr. Cham bi ko yàgg na si media bi veteran la ñu ngi laa welcome Mr. Cham and all your colleagues who are here duma mun a niim ñëpp waaye maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant di wax ne daal tey beneen event boo xam ne la Gambien si kontaan te nit ñaa ñoo call fu nekk even from the diaspora di ñu congratulate te comme lu ministre wax rek sport si bëri nañ ñun ñëpp dañu war a bokk ministre mënut a def yëpp olympic committee athlétique mënuñoo def bàyyi first private sector bi bu dugga ñu liggéey together sport bi mun a dem si kanam maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant di wax ne yes Gina Bass suñu bos la waaw suñu bos la xam nga comme lu biyaate bu ami di wax mu ne ma yéen da ngeen déggal language de waaw so bu ma bàyyee ko ñoom ami di gërëm ñëpp di sant ñëpp di ñaanal tamit just on closing we know ne Gina mu ngi dem France in few days time pour mun a prepare Olympics si dama bëgg a Gambien si yëpp ñu jox ko support ci niis and also ñu ñaanal ko ñun ñaan lañ gëm ñun ñëpp ñu ñaanal ko daal su demee mu mun a isiwaat ndam ndax ñu mun koo teeru si waat teeru si bu neex a neex jërëgeen jëf
Thank you, Chairman. Now, I understand that Gina Mariam's family is here as well, and we would like to acknowledge your presence. We appreciate you joining us this morning. So, just to move on now to, she's going to be our final speaker. I have the singular honor to welcome a living legend, our national hero, our biggest sports ambassador, who's won medals for us, including 5 very important medals, 5 gold medals, 1 silver, 2 bronze, which I think solidifies her status as the greatest athlete we've ever had. And she's going to Paris to join 10,672 other athletes from 196 countries. She's there to represent us. And as Chairman said, I hope, we would all continue to pray for her and support her. I would now welcome Gina Mariama Bittaye to make a brief remarks. You can speak any language of your choice. There's a besla. Munga laka bulane. Then we have the signing ceremony. Yes, please.
Wow. Gina, berkata mo niya nga kamaro niyo xam ñu. Gina, yata aduna bi yëpp xam na la Gambia ci fala ci kaw kaw. Football yóbbu nañu ne waaye yaa ñu gën a yóbbu. Kenn amul lu la wax dina jëloon ñu kal. Tey nag téyel fi nga téye. Kiw sa jaana la, kiw sa wane na la. Tey sa problème yëpp solve na. Sa problème yëpp solve na. Kiw sa problème.
Soxla bu tàng Gina. Bëgg ko. Yan di àll bi. Baa ngi po. Mus mu taka mu fees. Those are crappy cells. Hope you bondi la rey. Those are prison cells. Kaima wala cells bu basi domi Adama. The red blood cell, the white blood cell, and the Q cell. Antoron kinunya ke konandae. Isuwa kalle kimseli wakane kimseli kananke. We innovate on the slow when we print the copy. Copy. Photocopy. Mane ki moy Gina Bass. Daw bi force rek musuta jël las. Mota mu ñew ci Qcell musuta jël las. Ma me ja pass na exam. Besi was. Ndawal la ki du jëni was. Kon Gina Bass Gina Bass wow. Gina Bass 5G imeta kela la wala na yetarage ni man tara nun je biya te tar la je ko bi fere gari je
Mustafa yan na musul tambul. No, you know, but kami ba ku kala misala bi yan na witness na. Boy ki de ko wara giram de. Again B, bila daw mo nga tatul mo ko lo ko ba. Na suba ko ma senya bari nya ko ma ko ni la ko don nun. Gina. Continue. Alors, parle de football. Ko na mo football bi. Mo football bi. Def na def. Aja ni le football.
Jonam money service, Jonel money service, network olabi, service oyawi, dum now really, now go hold me, labi have my.
Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I'm greeting you all, CEO of Qcell, the President of Gambia NOC, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport, of course my team member police. I greet you all. I don't have much to say, but to thank Qcell at large. And they say if your back is strong, makes you push harder. So I don't have any fear and I don't have any stress. So I'm really grateful being here today and be decorated among Qcell now. So I thank everybody who have been present here, and I don't have much to say, but to thank my family as well and my manager, who happens to be my husband. And the Q group too. I am really grateful and thankful to you guys.
I mean, I think hearing you say you don't have any fear now is very reassuring. And, you know, we look forward to those glorious performances at the Olympics. We will be with you all throughout. And I'm afraid we've come to the main highlight of this event, which is the signing ceremony. And I would invite Chairman. Yes, Chairman and Gina Mariama Bittaye to the high table. And this signing now formalizes the relationship between Gina Mariama Bittaye and Qcell. And so from this moment onwards, she becomes our global brand ambassador. So Gina Mariama Bittaye and Chairman Ja signing the agreement that, like I said, formalizes this relationship between her and Qcell, formally, officially making her Qcell's global brand ambassador. And I think this development couldn't have come at a better time as she prepares to represent us in Paris for the 2024 Olympics, Olympic Games. So we welcome you to the Q Group family. As Ami said, Sunyu Bosla. So Gina too is ours, and we're very proud of all that she's been doing in terms of representing our country and the medals that she's been bringing home. And as the minister said, we look forward to receiving you at the airport when you come back from the Olympics. Yes. So we have the symbolic handshake. Thank you. But just before you leave, just a quick one, Chairman. Before you leave, I understand Gina Mariama Bittaye and the GNOC have a surprise for you, which the Honorable Minister would present. Yes.
No, actually, this is actually going to be given to Gina, Mr. Ja. This is, I'm not sure, I think you'll be probably the first Gambian to wear this. Oh, okay. It is the official Olympic badge.
The camera wants to see it.
Oh, it's official Olympics badge, right? So it's you see the Eiffel Tower and the Olympics symbol there, and of course the GNOC. So we all know how much the GNOC is doing in terms of preparing all these athletes that are supposed to go to Olympics. So that will be for Gina to present, to put it on for you. That's what I'm saying. We'll go to present it to you.
We come around with Jack, Mr. Come and help.
Madam Ja, first lady. Jump! Wallahi. Kung iya aja dia oke, barka na lalo kung gusto nila pa. Madam Ja. Inol pasala. Wallahi. Ya mana makan? Amis sama kan mudah. Thank you. Juga amis sani ni Qcell. Holland ni, welcome.
Right. Jërëjëf Iliman. Thank you. Jërëjëf Iliman. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished invitees, I'm afraid we've come to the end of this historic event, and we once more welcome Gina Mariama Bittaye to the Q Group family. We're very happy to have you on board and very proud of your achievements, and we will continue to pray for you, and of course you can be rest assured of our support. So we thank all of you for coming as well, and we wish you a safe journey back to your respective destinations. Thank you.
As the saying always goes, signed and sealed. Gina Mariama Bittaye, now the face of Qcell, the best GSM network service providers in the country, the most innovative. We lead, others follow, as we always say. And Qcell suñu boss, Gina Bass suñu boss la. Léegi moom officially nekk na suñu boss. Contract bi sign nañ ko, deal bi sign nañ ko. Gina Mariama Bittaye koo xam ne force rek la day jël. Léegi moom moo nekk kanami Qcell. Well, Amadou Tamba, obviously, finally, the big moment that we've been waiting for is finally here.
Well, absolutely. It has been signed, sealed, and delivered. And it is a very, very historic event, and I will know it will go down into the history books as a very vital day. And listening to all the speakers, I think all of them have spoken well, and it's absolutely very, very much encouraging to hear those words from the CEO of the Q Group, and then the Minister of Youth and Sports, the President of the GNOC, Mrs. Beatrice Allen as well, and all other speakers, and even Gina herself saying she has no fear now. I think that is absolutely very much commendable to hear that from her. This is wonderful, and as I said earlier on, let's continue to pray that this becomes the best for both Qcell and for Gina as well.
Preparations continue for her as she prepares for the Paris Olympic Games. The 100 meters, the 200 meters there on the tracks. We expect her to do well, deliver, represent the Gambia very well, just like she did in the continental competitions and also in some international competitions that we've witnessed earlier this year. And also just up to a few weeks ago, she was competing as that preparations. May Qcell be the catalyst to see her shine at the global stage. Of course, a few weeks ago in an interview, she said her wish is to reach the final. We want to see her in the final, maybe even as far as getting to the podium. It's not something that is impossible. It's, of course, very, very possible. If you're just joining us, this is a special broadcast. Gina Mariama Bittaye officially has become the brand ambassador of Qcell after signing an endorsement deal a few minutes ago. As you have witnessed there, seen from the television pictures, you've heard the speakers all encouraging her, all saying some of the best things about her, good things about Qcell also. Qcell has never been left behind when it comes to Gambian sports. In recent years, we've seen how they've invested in football. Of course, the national team, the Scorpions, and aside from that, now into athletics, Gina Mariama Bittaye, the face. She's been a fantastic athlete over the years and recently much improved, better timing. Amadou, now what we expect is to perform well.
Yes, we expect her to perform well. Qcell, Sunyu Bosla, and of course Gina Sunyu Bosla as well. And we just hope and pray that this will motivate her and continue to motivate her to go into the Olympics and perform very well. As you said a couple of days ago, she said her dream is to get to the finals, and of course getting to the finals, you will dream bigger to get onto the podium, which I think it's absolutely doable. Once you get the necessary support, you get the necessary preparation, and also you get the necessary focus, because this endorsement deal with Qcell is a very, very big moral booster for Gina going into the Olympics. And you look at the timing, just as I said before, the timing is really very good leading to the Olympics. And also the support from his manager and of course the husband, who said he will not and has never disturbed her when it comes to training, and that is very much key. So I think all this put in place, it will be able to help her live up to the expectation of going into the Olympics and perform very well. I think she has to take it step by step and stage after stage. The target is to reach the finals, that is first. Now when you get to the finals, you definitely have another target, and I'm very much sure if all Gambians come together and pray for her, give her the necessary support, give her the necessary motivation, and continue to pray for her, I'm very much certain that she will be able to get to the finals. And why not? Once she gets to the finals, that will add an extra motivation into her, and she will go all the way of course trying to get a medal from the Olympics, which will be a very big achievement for Gambia and for her as well.
We've all heard from the speakers, the various speakers. One amongst them is Ami Cisse, Senior Manager Qcell Marketing, who says Gina represents the values and aspirations of Qcell. That should be something very, very good.
Yeah, it is very good because as a company, you look at the people or the activities that you go in and partner. No one will want to partner with an athlete or a sporting discipline that is not doing very well, or that does not meet the values of your company, or that does not even get to the direction where you want to go to. Qcell is heading to a direction. Qcell wants to get to somewhere. Gina is heading to a direction. Gina wants to get to somewhere, and Gina has taken so many steps towards where she wants to get to. And Qcell deemed it fitting that, look, these are our values, and looking at Gina, I think she has met the values and met the criteria of the kind of athlete that we want to partner and that we want to endorse. And I think it's been a very good work from Qcell. Whosoever is within the Q group has done a very good job in ensuring that this come to fruition today. And I know the support, as far as sport is concerned, we've counted a lot of areas that Qcell has come in and intervened. But this one is a very big one. And it will motivate other athletes out there to say, look, Gina has done so well. Qcell have come in at the right time and partnered with her. Now, I will look up to Gina, and I think I will want to be like Gina and push Qcell to do what they've done today for Gina. So it's a very good job done by Qcell.
And listening to the speakers, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Baji, says something which really resonates well. Well, for some of us in the media, that's no surprise that there is no athlete in the world who is being made rich by his or her government. It is through the contracts that they sign, the endorsement deals like the one Gina Mariama Bittaye signed earlier this morning, that get them financially rewarded. Because normally in every government, yes, they're giving bonuses, performance allowances and things like that. It depends on how you call it, in which country and in which region. But of course, it depends also on the country's budget. But for an athlete to be rich, for an athlete to be able to get a house, for an athlete to be able to, you know, have huge things such as having a car, be like flying all over the world, that has to be through endorsements by global brands, big brands.
Yeah, absolutely, he's very right, because looking at the budget for the Ministry of Youth and Sports alone, it's not enough. So the government cannot make athletes rich. As you said, they can only come in and of course motivate them. Like if you go out there, perform very well and come back, the government will of course have something just to make you happy. But an athlete being rich, have your own car, have your own house, wherever you want to go for training, you're there. I think it's through these endorsement deals, and that is where the private sector have to come in and play a role. But it also it's down to athletes also to be motivated and do well, to know that yes, when I do well, there are companies waiting back home or even international companies to do this for me. So it is really very important, and people need to understand that. Previously, a lot of people don't understand how it goes. They think that, well, it's the government who should pump in and give money to all the athletes whenever they're going out or whenever they go out and do well. Yes, government has a role to play, and they always ensure that they play that role when athletes do well. And the private sector and companies in this country also have a role to play, just like what Qcell is doing. And it is really very much fundamental in taking our sports to the next level. You see, gone are the days, and I think we should look at it as a country and say, look, companies need to come on board to ensure that our athletes also, even if we are not on the same level with athletes of other countries, but we at least move closer to them. Mind you, when you go into these competitions, there is this issue of psychology and stuff, because somebody somewhere, if you're driving a flashy car or you are in a very magnificent house, you get there and start talking before an event, and you realize that, this guy is living in this kind of a house. He has a car, or even 1, 2, or 3, and I don't even get a proper bicycle. So these are things that will play through athletes' minds, and once this kind of deals comes into play, it motivates them, and they will get a lot of money. Jamaica, England, and Kenya, and other countries who have top athletes. It's not their governments who are giving them. Yeah, it's not their government who are giving them a lot of money or making them rich. It's companies who see to it that, well, they're stepping into the global stage and they're doing very well. So let's come on board, endorse them, and give them all the necessary incentives that they want, and it will make them focus and do better in future competitions. So this is absolutely very good.
Very good. We're talking about Gina Mariama Bittaye. If you're just joining us, Qcell signs an endorsement deal with her earlier this morning, and you've seen from the pictures there, the deal, well, she's going to be the brand ambassador, the face of Qcell Senior Boss, the company. They've talked about Qcell Senior Boss and Gina Bass Senior Bossla, so that really says a lot about this whole endorsement deal, how it is going to spring, you know, Gina into maybe even a better athlete in terms of performance, how she's preparing for the Olympic Games in Paris and looking forward to, yes, always winners. From the pictures, you can see Gina Mariama Bittaye herself in the crowd, the ambience, somebody holding the trophy, members of the Qcell staff, Q group in general. So this really looks very, very beautiful from the pictures. It's been really recognized to tell her, you know what, you're important. You are the ambassador of this country. Well, Ibrahima Balde is down there at the Qcell main building where this ambience is going on. Balde, what can you tell us?
Yes, thank you very much, Momodu Gajaga. A lot of ambience happening right now. Gina Mariama Bittaye herself is out dancing with the cultural troupe, as you are seeing on your screens. And the chairman of the Q group and all the athletic association team, they're also dancing and also, giving out cash to the cultural troupe. Like I said, a lot of entertainment. Now the signing in ceremony has been done already. And now Gina is a brand ambassador of the Q group, the Qcell as well. So a lot of entertainment. We've seen the chairman of the Q group, Mohammed Jah, himself. He came out and met the cultural troupe downstairs. As you can see now, Gina is also interacting with the troupe itself. We've also seen the Minister for Youth and Sport leaving as well. So this is what is happening currently. Mbokai, come Qcell, Momo sign Koko di Gina Mariama Bittaye, Moko sign. Bepare, mugi melni fum neka ni Gina muge duga si motombi pour dem mom mo neka di motombi nga gis kon lu am solo la comme nuñ len ko waxe fi ci Kairaba Avenue Qcell. It's happening here. It's already been done.
That's Ibrahim Balde there describing the scene for us. As Gina Mariama Bittaye now makes way after the signing ceremony, that ambience. Yes. Back to you again, Ibrahim Balde.
The cultural group, entertainment, a lot of things happening, Gajaga, and the team in the studios.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Balde, describing what was happening there, the ambience in the background as the ceremony is now officially over. Gina Mariama Bittaye signed an endorsement deal with Qcell, the most innovative GSM company in the country, the best network, the 5G, and now partnering with one of the fastest athletes, female athletes on the tracks. The sprint event is going to the Olympic Games. Well, that's it from us right now here in the studio, and then that's it. Thank you very much. We appreciate you joining us throughout this journey, and thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
L'adversité était tout autre.